So I'm talking here about a video that shows a selection of things that we did in 2011, and it shows you the variety of things that we get involved with. Here we are in Fukushima. We were there 2 days after the event with a ship and with staff on the ground. For a while, the Japanese public believed our statistics better and our advice better than that of the government. Our own people were, of course, also at significant risk and exposed themselves. We were able to, you see pictures here of Germany, we were able to convince the German government, with many others, to stop nuclear energy forever, and they're phasing out all nuclear energy.
The Germans are.
The Germans are. Yeah, it's a major, we have been at that for years. It's a major victory, obviously helped by Fukushima. Here we are in Indonesia with dressed up as tigers in silly tiger suits to try to make the local population understand what's happening with deforestation, but also using the same, and we can talk about this later, for our Barbie campaign in this country, which was very significant and very successful, and I can explain that a little bit longer. Campaign against Volkswagen, using their own Star Wars campaign that they have on film against them by showing that they are the dark force in our mind in terms of emission standards. In the US, a major coal campaign. We're trying to close down 100 of 600 coal plants in the United States that all are not meeting emission standards. Here we are in the Arctic on a major oil rig trying to deliver a petition with hundreds of thousands of signatures. Here's a picture of the Arctic itself, where we are painting Da Vinci's picture of man, painted 500 years ago on the melting show, to show that we are melting ourselves. Here are pictures of our tuna campaign, our fishery campaign, which is now mostly in Asia at this point. And finally, the detox campaign is a campaign that we have, first real successful campaign we've done in a country as difficult as China, where we were able to convince the Chinese government to set serious standards about chemicals in the use of textile plants by going at Nike, Adidas, H&M, the major retailers, to actually change their supply lines, as well as convincing the Chinese government. Lastly, this is our new ship that we're very proud of. It'll be in New York next week on an inaugural tour. We just launched her about 3 months ago. So this is an overview of just 2011, and not everything we did in 2011, but you see it's global, it's everywhere, and it addresses the biggest issues that we face. Explain what an activist organization does as opposed to a conservation organization. Yes, we want to protect things, but we're not do-gooders. I mean, our main campaigns are not about the poor panda. Our campaigns are more angry, if you will. They are more towards exposing what's wrong. And as a result, it's not always easy to explain to people that we do more than that, because obviously when we expose something that is wrong, the public will see what we do in terms of our actions, the photos I just showed you. It'll see the spectacular stuff. It will see us in boats. It will see us hanging from chimneys and what have you. And we do that very well. But behind it, of course, is a lot of science in terms of our research. And after it is a lot of negotiation, because we will not, you won't see us in a whale campaign, for example, if you don't also see us at the international whaling conferences. You don't see us in the campaign against toxic use in China for textiles, for example, without a major effort in China talking to the local, the central governments about rule changes, bringing the science to them, helping them as well, and being there at the negotiations. You won't see a forest campaign, for example, when you see us in the Paradise Forest in those tiger suits in Indonesia, without us being at all the negotiations about deforestation, helping in many cases to draft legislation, working with politicians from many countries to bring that together, which is why being in 40 countries helps. Because when we do a global campaign, we are sure that we talk to all the main countries that influence each other, if you will, in the major international fora and also in their local political fora. So that's the part of Greenpeace that people never see, of course, but that's also just as important for the victories that we have.